So I guess this is episode 11, boys. Although it depends if you count that little little fireside Golden Demon. I don't think that's like non-canon, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's a non-canon episode.
Yeah, I enjoyed it though. So welcome back. Post Golden Demon, we're going to do a little. This is Golden Demon special. We are going to do like an Albert come on and we sort of grill him. So that is still going to happen. But this is the immediate. We can get it out. Basically, you can't record now because of work. Yeah. So selfish, really. Take a holiday. How are you two?
I'm okay. I think Arna's worse off.
Yeah, I got a bug from someone somewhere.
Yeah, boy.
That should not be named, except Jamie, probably.
I'll be honest.
Most likely.
I think I did amazingly well. Like, I was fucking dying, okay? And I still drove you there. And I didn't complain, because I couldn't. I felt too ill to complain. I just sat there, driving.
I'm not complaining, though. I'm just reporting.
I didn't, yeah. In fairness, also, to counter your counter, I didn't say you were complaining.
No, we asked you how you're doing, and you just answered that question. But Jamie was quite stoic about his illness all weekend, and I several times felt bad that I forgot to ask you, how are you? Like, because I would have asked if you were... during the weekend. I was like drowning in nervous sweat, but
yeah, I didn't want to detract. Important. Do you know what I mean?
It's fine, man. It's important to check up on your guys. And we were living together, and you were like driving us every day, and
driving was a pleasure. It was an absolute
putting our clothes on,
yeah. Bathing you, I guess, with a sponge.
Yeah.
So we are Mini Matters for all you new listeners that are coming in off the back of Martin's success. What the fuck are we? We are just a miniature and painting podcast. We're basically not that. Like, we're
a miniature painting podcast. At least that's what it says on the logo, and we do talk about miniature painting.
If we've ever been a miniature painting podcast, it is now.
Correct.
I see. Okay, yeah, I do. I can see that. I wanted to quickly talk about Pokemon. So,
of course you will.
No, but what I've learned is from listening. So we heard about Gooey Gub or whatever, the other YouTube channel, right? So I've not heard of this. And my Scotsman came up to me.
Just for context, this Get Good.
Get Good podcast / Discord.
I see. Get Good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's very
Get Good from. It's Get Good.
Yeah.
Get Good. Are they like Indian
or
something?
You
are they?
Get good.
No, it's Get Good.
Just Get Good. Like they'll help you to get good.
But it's GIT. It's Get Good.
Yes.
It's
Get Good.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. Why is it Indian? I find that weird.
There's nothing Indian about it. You know the band Limp Bizkit. You understand that biscuit isn't spelled like that, but it's just the word biscuit.
It's like great. It's like G and an 8. It's a play on words.
Yeah, exactly. Or like M and then the number 8. And
that's very creative, and I think that's a brilliant name.
But for anyone who's much more like linguistically conservative, our podcast is just called Mini Matters because we talk about things to do with minis and things that.
It's literally a fantastic pun, and
there's no explanation needed. It is what it is.
Okay, I was going to credit the creator, but it's fine.
Who is the creator? Is that Lionel?
No, it was L, the guy who just won a Golden Demon. I think he won bronze in Diorama, even though it was a single model. Fair play to him, though.
Okay.
L. John? Yeah, exactly. So he came up with the name. And it is a good pun, in my opinion. But what the fuck were we talking about? So what is Mini Matters? Yes. I Get Good, right? He came up to me and he was wearing the t-shirt. I was like, what's that t-shirt? It looks pretty good. And it turns out they, of course, we're not rivals because no one can rival us. Because you're only rivals if you're similar, right? If you're on the same level, you're both going for gold, you're both going blah, blah, blah. We're not in their league. No, we're a Mickey Mouse podcast, basically. So we firmly not their rivals, but we are a podcast.
Well, you say that, but like I'm finding a hard time keeping track of how many golden demons their lot won this year. And I'm pretty sure we're at 1. So
We're at 1 and they're...
Well, it depends on if you count Albert. I guess they do count Albert. Maybe Albert is like firmly in their camp, and he won a Slayer sword. So,
but Albert doesn't.
Well done them.
Why would Albert know about Get Good? I mean, he did link about it quickly, but he's not in it though, is he? He knows of it.
Well, we are in the Discord. I am as well in the Discord. But
you're in the Discord, are now?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, the betrayal. And Albert's in it.
Yeah.
And he didn't tell me. No one told me. No one thought of... Albert wasn't at any point like, look, mate, look, sits me down. I've just got something to tell you. And you're like, okay, yeah, what is it? He goes, look, it's just... I mean, get good, get up. Oh, Discord. Oh, that's... You're not in it, Martin, though, are you?
God, no.
Is he on now?
I am. No, he's not.
Okay, good.
He's
Martin.
No, I think
Virtual Spudder, right?
Sure.
Virtual Spud, Martin. No, not you, Martin. Now get out.
Oh,
there.
right.
Fuck
I got you.
Yeah, sweet. Cheers, mate. That's good. So you and Albert in there. Fuck me. Well, in that by proxy, Albert's also in ours. Anyway, it's not a pissing competition. I'm not jealous. I'll be honest. They're where I want to be. All right. That's where I bet they get stuff sent to them for free. I bet they're getting paints.
Right. I bet they get like BMWs.
Jesus, that was a good podcast. So yes, we are Mini Matters, and we're not small time, and we don't have 5 listeners, and all of our listeners aren't basically doing their GCSEs, which is the lowest form of higher education. No, in fact, it's the compulsory education here. So it's the lowest form of compulsory education, which is good.
I've never understood what the British school system mean, and like these words for when people are like, I'm in primary school, I'm in the GCSEs. I have no fucking idea what you're trying to say.
All right, it's like, you get those like scallywags on the street who try and rob you with their hats on, like they've got hoodies or something. They'll be GCSEs is like 15 to 16 education. It's 2 years of education. It's the highest form of compulsory education.
What?
GCSE. I don't know what it stands for. It's probably not. I'm probably showing my age here. Anyway, Golden Demon.
Yes,
how was it?
It's pretty good. Sorry, go ahead, Arno.
No, you please go.
I'll jump in there.
Overall, to just for starters, aside from all the minutia of who won what, I really thought this weekend was one of the better ever. Golden Demon weekends.
And is that because it's the first time spending it with us?
Yeah.
It was a good
straight
weekend.
up.
It was a good weekend. We did start off 3 best friends forever. Now myself and Albert, many moons ago. When did we first go? 4 years? 3 years?
In the Nottingham one, no?
So 2020?
22, I think it was.
Okay, 22. I didn't know. I'll just let you say it. Okay, yeah. So we actually not that long. Wow, that's quite...
So the first time you guys went together, Albert won the Slayer sword. Damn.
No, that was...
No, Nottingham. He won gold. Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. What am I saying? That was Chris Clayton. Yeah.
Close, though.
Right on.
Right 1 year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. It was a very good weekend. I think having done so many events by myself, like Golden Demon I did for 3 years, 1 year with the wife and the thing, and then 2 years by myself, it is a lot better when you go with people. But for all those people listening who go by themselves, keep doing that until you eventually just talk to enough people that you can... To be honest, Albert did all this. Albert brought in our now, or at least knew our now, and then we were friends, and then Albert brought you in, Martin, then you brought Stan, and then our now and you, or you, and... Anyway, fuck it. I was worried actually during the show before the awards ceremony, and I always said I'll reserve judgment for the judging of this year's show until the award, the final placements are out, and they had a bad rep from last year's Golden Demon in my mind, right? And then the results came out, and I have to say I feel a lot less, not anger, I was never angry, but a lot less fear with the final results, if that makes sense, than I did how I thought it would be.
Yeah, I think when we were in the cabinets, because we went on Sunday, was it?
Yeah.
That we did the full, the full round.
Yeah.
it's true that when we were looking at them, there was a lot of inconsistencies in
the pins. Yeah.
Not in between the higher ups, but between pins, like between finalists and notable and commended. There were a lot of things that we could not explain. But then it's true that when that inside the finalists they were pretty solid, most of it, except a couple of them.
Which is normal, I think. As in, I think opinions mean that you will always get some level of variation in your opinions and theirs. It doesn't make it like great for the people who really believe they should have won, or objective, which you can't be, right?
Never objective, but there is certainly I think an atmosphere with some categories and some awards that you really, really don't know what's going on. I think I've never had a year where I agree with every one of the choices.
Exactly.
Have
you ever had a year where you've the ones that you didn't quite agree with, you were like, oh, it's close. I would have gone this way. Normally, in my mind, it's quite polarized.
No, it's
like, I just can't understand it.
Yeah, exactly. I think last year there were a few where I thought like, wow, this makes no sense to me. But usually it's more like, yeah, this is these three were really good. I would have gone maybe swapped, or maybe something didn't win that shouldn't, and or whatever. But it's usually like pretty close. And whatever it is, I tend to feel like I kind of get what the judges are doing. Last year was a little weird. This year, I feel like it's kind of easy for me to be like really okay with all the judging this year just because I won gold. But
that is true.
It's obviously colors that a little bit. But I do feel there were some things this year that really bugged me.
You do have Stian, your best mate, not placing, right? So you do have what's the word, like, even with you winning gold, you've still got that perspective of it being weird. Like,
and I thought like I would have wanted Stian to get an award. I think there were maybe 5, maybe 6 models that I think should have placed in that category. I would have preferred Stian to be in the top 3. Yeah, really, really hard category. I'm not surprised at all that Matt and Andy and Johan did, but I would have preferred Stian to get something. It's probably just a massive bias because he's my friend, but I really, really did think that his model was amazing, and he did such a good job of it, and I think it really stood out in the cabinets. And then Arnau, that's a whole different thing, because Arnau should have been a finalist, and you didn't get a pin at all. That's bullshit. It was quite quick one, actually. It was just my very brief and spontaneous anger that he didn't get a finalist pin. There were some insane pieces in that category. So I would have wanted Arnau to get a finalist pin, and for pretty much the 3 that won to win. Whatever.
And really. So this is quite a good place to go negative. I'll just quickly do a shit sandwich. I think that Roman learned a lot from, like, credit to him and the team if they were supporting it, but the judging was a lot better, and I think he learned a lot from last year. It's a shame that we had last year, but you can't get better unless you, and this is the new format, right? 2 people from GW who aren't painters, so you've got this guest judge. Roman is finished now, so someone else will come in and do America and then UK and blah, 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 right? So that's the good. And then the shit part is, I'm not sure how I feel about the new system of pins, because it's basically now an open competition in a way, because it means you are literally now competing against yourself, unless you're going for the top 3. So last year I got, silver pin. Next year I want to get a gold pin, for example. I don't fully know how I feel about that. It's not a full shit sandwich. I mean, one argument would be it makes no difference, so why care? Is it really makes no difference, right?
At the end, we still go for the higher prices, right? So I don't think it matters much.
I don't, but yeah, I get what you're saying. So your piece are now thoughts, frustrations.
It's difficult to say. Sorry. I don't feel anger, or I think I'm mostly sad, probably because I don't know what happens. Like, there's a few options, right, for me to not get a pin at all. One option is that they have something personal against me, which I don't think, but who knows? Maybe the last year's
just have
post.
a policy of just no are now vibe.
No, no, I don't think so. Maybe the post I did last year, which was bitching a little bit about the judging, or I don't know. To be fair, I don't think it's this one. Another one can be that they really didn't like it, which is possible. Like, it can be. I think not give anything at all. It's a little bit harsh, but well, whatever. And then what else? Maybe that it could be that it was disqualified for something. But obviously I cannot know.
We don't know either about the Green Knight, right? Because that only got a silver, but that was an amazing piece. For anybody who doesn't know, I think I took photos of it, and I'm going to upload them to the warhammer.hubba.com blog, so you can see the pictures. But you probably have seen the pictures, actually. Did he post it online?
Yeah,
probably did, right? So most people listening will probably. So I can't see why that would have been disqualified. I mean, people were talking about recast and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that either. To be fair, I think I probably think that they didn't like it.
But then that gets into more confusing realms, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what makes me more worried, because what is it that they dislike? It's not that they don't like it. It's that they actually dislike it, because then for not giving
it's a statement, isn't it?
Because it's really discarded. It's not given a less award than something else. It's like, no, we don't even want this to be in the competition.
I'll just throw some salt on that as well, right? Just an open wound. I took some. There were like 2 or 3 in the same category models that were almost base coated colors, right? So there was no highlighting, and they got bronze pins. Now I don't know if that should factor in. Like, maybe you just don't look at other pieces, and they looked at that piece and they were like, that guy needs encouragement. Let's give him maybe he's like borderline something, and they're like, we could just give it him. Or they just judge it on an individual case, and they like, there's no outside sources, so like Albert's piece doesn't impact what another thing is in that category, but it does add confusion even if you don't look at other pieces, because even if you don't like your piece, it objectively it can't be worse than some of the other things that got pins that were literally shit. So that's interesting. So I guess I know you hadn't finished, but I want to move to where does it leave you in Golden Demon? Your feelings towards it and stuff.
It's, I guess, a weird place, because now I don't care about Golden Demon. I have hype, to be fair. I realized I do. But sorry.
He's muting it, Martin. He's a fucking quick muter. That's impressive.
Yeah, it's very classy. It's good so that he's not coughing into the mic. We've got a big button with a light on it. Yeah, we can do that.
That's pretty cool.
Our now is just quite ill. We're recording anyway because we know we're doing it for the fans.
Yeah, and talking makes me cough. So that's why I'm talking the least possible.
And I keep asking questions. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah. What was I saying?
You were saying how do you feel about Golden Demon for next year?
I'm gonna do stuff, but instead of doing something for GD, I'm gonna do stuff and bring it to GD, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
So all these years, the last 3 years, I worked actively to bring something for GD. And instead, I think I'm gonna do whatever I want this year, and if I have something to bring, I'll do. So obviously, because I have commissions, I know that I will bring something. But I think I'm not gonna worry about the GD
because of the judging or the whole thing, and just I'll let you cough. It's
I think there's I tried to have that attitude so many times, or I did. So we're now 2 days after coming home from GD, and I've been here many times when I've done a Golden Demon entry for Golden Demon, specifically working on it for Golden Demon, and then afterwards thought, I'm just going to try to enjoy the hobby over the next year and paint as many nice things as I want as in as relaxed a manner as I can, and then whatever I've finished with and happy with, I'll bring. And that just me personally, that never really happens because I can't quite keep I don't know, that kind of focus display level painting in mind for a year. I need to know that I'm doing it for Golden Demon. But I do really hope that you can do something that you're really happy with and that you enjoy, certainly enough that the award actually doesn't matter if you do bring something.
Well, we had an interesting discussion in one of our waitings for Pokemon now, which was he didn't feel hype. You don't need to talk yet, right? I'll do your talking for you. He was saying that he didn't feel hype this year, right, at any point, and we kind of assumed that we'd start feeling hype when we got nearer to it, and then we were there, and there was still no hype, and then I rightly pointed out that he didn't feel hype because you didn't put any of your soul into it, right? There was no jeopardy. So you did a quick thing, and now and then we were both like, the solution would just be to do like an amazing piece where you spent 50, 100 hours on something, right? Which for our now is a really long time. But now it's and then we were going on the last day before to the results, and we had that conversation, didn't we, about why don't you just paint things that you want to paint and then bring it if you do. I'm interested in, you don't necessarily want to feel something, or is it that you're annoyed that if you put too much of yourself into GD, you'll just get fucked again like you have the last few years? And I don't mean results, but
I don't think it's because of the award, because how do I say it? A commended would still be a bad result.
If you're not winning.
But I mean, yes, but not getting a pin feels a lot more than that. Feels more like, I don't know. It feels
slap in the face.
Targeted almost, but for some reason. But so it's
the third time.
My feelings are.
Sorry.
No, second.
I see.
But I don't know. I feel disheartened by the competition in a sense. I always felt weirdly about GD because it's not a competition that I mirror myself with, in a sense. It's not what I like, it's not the style I like, it's not how I want to be as an artist, right? So I've never had GD as a competition that I want to excel at, other than just nostalgia, which obviously that's the biggest part. So now I guess those feelings are enhanced. So I don't know. I just want to do it's like, for example, Mark Masclans brought, in my opinion, one of the best pieces of the competition. It was, for me, either Albert or Mark for the sword.
He didn't play. Yeah, okay.
And he didn't even place. And that makes me sad. Very, 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 very sad. It's the same thing. It makes me I cannot say other than sad, because it's supposed to be a very good competition, and it's literally one of the best Warhammer pieces in the world, and he didn't even get. Yeah.
Well,
same as Borja, for example. Borja's is incredible. Oh, I don't know how much refinement it needs, but still.
Well, two things come to my mind. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go on.
I'll try and be quick before I forget. The first one is you can win with your style, as you did with the gold in Manchester. And the second thing is, and that was why I knew I'd forget, because Bohan's style. Yeah, we don't know. They're not artists judging it, right? They're literally two blokes from. It's quite a funny place for me to pause. Looks like I've had lip surgery. There's just two blokes judging and then an artist, right? So from that perspective, it backs it up. They're not going to be able to see these real artist, quote unquote, things that maybe Bohan's and Mark's are. You've got Rohan, but Rohan's one bloke, right? And he's judging a shitload of fucking models. So it's unfair for one bloke to get all of that right. The other two guys are going to be much more influenced by GD style, but again, on the flip, when you did that diorama, which was really good in Nottingham, you had real artists judging you then. You had Max Fillet, right? And his whole team.
Mm-hmm.
And that, so, I mean, we'll never know. I still think, honestly, they missed it. But we'll never... Go on.
Yeah, in this one, I mean...
Yeah, in this one, maybe. I want to say with the whole artist thing, like, I think the Max specifically, but a lot of the heavy metal painters, I mean, some of them might not have appreciated our now style that much either. And Max personally, I know, definitely wants to promote different styles. Like I've heard it specifically that it was he was gunning really hard for Maxime Pinot to win the Slayer Sword in 2019, and it's not to like make a point, but it's certainly to like just kind of remember to promote something that isn't just clean and perfect, but actually has something kind of else going for it. And I think that's one of my favorite Slayer Sword winners of ever, and it's phenomenal. Just nothing like controversial about it at all, but it wasn't a completely a sure shot.
What makes me sad and discourages me is like talking about Mark's piece, for example, and Borja's. They are. It can seem snobby, which I would hate, but I think they don't get recognition, and they are miles ahead of a lot of pieces. So it's not like you cannot win with this style. Obviously you can, but doing so much more doesn't get you almost anything. You have to do a lot. So because these more pictorial styles, they have a lot more incognitas and a lot more things, right? They have values and interpretation, and they are not simple, which they are a lot more difficult to decipher, which in theory it should be a good thing, but in practice it's bad, because then someone who's not used to deciphering pieces so complex sees them as bad or as wrong, because the easy pieces are very identifiable.
Yeah, you mean easy to read as opposed to easy to paint.
Exactly. Yeah. So what makes me discouraged is that actually you are pushing against a wall, because you are doing something that it's actually extremely difficult, and not only you are not getting recognition, but you are getting pissed in the face in some cases.
Metaphorically.
Yeah, you're almost punished for it. Yeah. I get what you're saying, now. Like the more complex your work, the more intricate, less easy for the judges to actually appreciate.
Yeah, but the harder it is to execute. So if you had a scale, just going to ignore my camera now. If you had anyway, fuck it. If you had a scale, I can't illustrate it with my hands for fuck's sake, but it would be the harder it gets, the harder it is to win, basically. In this style, because if you it's specific to that style, right? Because the stuff that heavy metal style, quote unquote, just to make it easy to say, it's not easy to do, but they're different skills. They're wildly different skills, right?
We've talked about this before, where we touched on it. This idea of what is impressive and what is good. Like, I can certainly see some pieces that and definitely a lot of stuff online in general that is impressive, and it might be smooth. It might have really sharp highlights or just small, like well-defined details. That stuff can be really impressive. OSL can be impressive. NMM, that's kind of stuff. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's good. Like, nothing is objectively good, but it certainly doesn't mean that it's complex or well composed or the kind of refinement that you're talking about. So I think that's definitely a danger with judges not being experienced painters themselves, is that they might look for those impressive things or be swayed by them, think that this looks really cool.
It's a really important, weird thing that I'd not thought about before. That whole concept for you guys, it being like, I wonder, going back to your piece, I wonder if it was, I don't think the full rules apply, or the full statement you made about, I think Mark's is more applicable than yours, because yours you could still interpret and read and understand it, right?
I totally agree. I think Arnaud's piece is impressive. That's the thing. I think it's very impressive. It looks very impressive.
Yeah, cool. That's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
And
definitely.
Even if
anyone should be able to look at that and think, wow, fuck, that's really cool. That's impressive. I don't see.
Even if you're not, that's gold pin, at least a silver, right? But that's opinion, so we don't need to. But yes, that's in my mind, it's quite a clear thing for that to be, right? And yeah, and then Mark's thing. Well, it doesn't affect many artists, right? There's not many people doing that kind of style. I call it a style, but it is. I can understand. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy.
Well, someone who is also doing this style is Richard Gray, and he has not had any success in the last few years as well. So traditionally, it's not easy to get good outcome with it.
Isn't he much more GD style? I've always had him down as like pure GD.
No, not at all. I think he's one of the only ones who's not GD style on the UK panorama.
Well,
I agree. For UK painters, he's really not a UK painter.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's at a quandary, and there's no real hope, and that's basically why it's a thing for you. Yeah, because
it's disheartening. Yeah, it's like, well, I need to know that I just have to do the things I like and go. And if it happens, okay, nice. If it doesn't, okay, nice. I just did something that it was cool and I like it, and that's it. If I take it some other way, I'll have a lot of bad feelings, which I don't really want. So
yeah, which is where you're at now. Although maybe it's not as extreme.
I don't. I don't, because I didn't put any effort on it, and it was.
But Mark did, right? Yeah.
But it's actually, it pisses me off. It pisses me off more for him than for me. For me, it's not the fact that I didn't get an award. It's the absence of it, absolute absence of it, which makes me. And it's worried. The word is worried. It's like I don't understand it. I think it might be personal or targeted. I don't know. But
I would. Sorry, go on.
Yeah,
targeted makes the least sense of all.
Yeah,
in my mind, I don't think
personal makes no sense. They would really want to punish you.
And there's people they would rather punish a lot more than you, I imagine, who they probably even gave awards to, right? Yeah,
I hope.
That to me doesn't that's the least. I think the band is an interesting one, but I can't think what for.
The what?
The band.
You mean disqualified?
Yeah, disqualified. But if you're disqualified, they kind of should tell you. I think, like, it would make sense, right?
I guess.
Just a quiet word, just be like,
if nothing else, I thought about this a lot. Like, if something is disqualified for any reason, and it could be Arnau's piece, it could be the Green Knight, it could be Gollum from last year, but whatever it is, it would be good if all of us could know a little more about it, because I feel like the rules are pretty clear when it comes to adhering to the IP, and nowadays it's certain restrictions on like how you build your piece, like AI generating backgrounds or using a 3D printer, or I don't know, whittling away a piece of wood, whatever you're not allowed to do anymore, or sculpting something from scratch now is only for the open category. Whatever it is, I'm like, fair enough, just tell us about it and make it really clear, because the big thing that scares me is that it creates yeah, sorry.
Who? What?
What? No, sorry.
No one said anything. Yeah.
No, you wrote. What did you want her now?
No, I, it was for Jamie actually to start the recording for 1 second.
Right.
Not for you.
All right. I can't remember where we were, but it's a new thing. I've actually got some new audios to do, some new what are they called? Jingles. But
Jingles?
I don't have this.
Jingles.
Okay. This is
the jingles.
This is a new segment. Okay, so each week I'm going to do. It's basically, think Jamie's diary. Just for a segue, I don't know where we were in the video. I think we're done roughly with Golden Demon and our misgivings.
There was a little bit of a down note on the Golden Demon thing. I did pick up a gold trophy, so that was nice for me. But there were bad things also, mostly related to Arnau's experience. Well, we did have a really good old time.
Exactly.
Though,
I wanted to.
Yeah, exactly.
The shit sandwich, right?
Yeah.
I actually didn't want to focus on my thing because
it's very much worth our time. Like, I really, yeah, it's important.
But I was very happy because you got something, a goal no less. Sorry. And yeah, it was overall. I felt like the level was pretty high. There was some really amazing pieces, and that actually motivated me, because I want to paint Warhammer now, which is a good sign.
Well, that's part of our GD update. Obviously, normally we do the intro and everything like that. Anyway, we'll get there. I thought I'm slowly coming to terms with it being in Essen. I saw that Warhammer community asked us to send feedback, so everybody who entered Golden Demon has the feedback form. And what do they think about it being in Essen? And excluding the fact that I hate that it's in another country, which ironically it would be if it was in the UK anyway. I think it's good. I do think the overall experience is pretty good. If we could be slightly better or nearer, I would really enjoy that if we weren't so far away. The 40-minute drive each day. It's not like it's a drainer. Driving is nothing and we get to spend time together. But the main problem is when I drive, everybody's on their phone. And I think that it sucks the soul out of me when I think we're once a year on a holiday and people just want to use their phones, which is fine because I
want to inject here. It's actually not fine, and it sucks.
It sucks. Yes,
it's not like a random sort of every opinion matters kind of deal, and you're like, I dislike it, and we all think it's perfectly okay. I think it sucks.
I think it's.
You have every right to tell us to stop being on our phone. We should make an effort next year.
I think if we're going to spend time together, let's do that. But that's an us thing, and maybe other people have it. But yeah, that's certainly there were certain parties in our car, and they're all Spanish, and who were
my phone was the GPS, so I could.
You were fine right now, and that's why
you were absolutely fine right now. It was especially me, Stian, and Albert after the award ceremony. We did all of our after wrap up kind of like backslapping with every other painter in the whole world. We did that immediately.
I think it's fear of missing out slightly, and that's the hype. I love that too. And honestly, if it was if it was after the event and one of you were like, look, Jay, I'm just going to spend like half an hour diving in, It's cool. Now, it was the whole event that certain people were on the phone, and that's why it's boring. But shit sandwich, so the event was great. Right, so here's the new segment, okay? I haven't quite thought of, fucking hell, this camera is good. This pathetic. I bought this camera, I bought this motherfucking camera specifically, to use so I don't have to have this monstrosity looking at me. Because it takes up like 80% of my viewport. And it's shit. And it doesn't support 4K, which is what I thought it did. It does have 4K, but it doesn't, the output. Anyway, things I learnt is going to be the new segment, or
great.
Something like Hupper's, I don't know. Right. This week.
Things revelations.
Hupper's school.
Good. I wanted it to be a double H, like, Harl Hupper. But you can't go, like, you can't go there like, hello Hupper, or Harl isn't even anything. It's not racist. It's nothing to do with that person either. It's just a German word. So, things I learned this week, and then the jingle plays, okay? People brush their teeth twice a day, right? The standard is much higher than I realised for painting. This is basically like this is almost like my fast as a race car.
What's the first of the things that you've recently learned that people brush their teeth twice a day? Was this new information to you?
I realised I was taught it as a kid, and I haven't practiced it for 30 years.
Okay, so you knew it, but you haven't done that yourself.
I hadn't cognitively clocked that people do it still. I kind of just assumed you grow out of it. Like,
oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
like,
no, almost. I mean, most people do that for sure.
It's and I didn't know this in my head. This segment wasn't we aren't gonna, but I suppose that's like a.
Sorry.
I got you. We can, but yeah, like it's.
I was a little bit taken aback by that, but now I see you just wanna shoot through.
Maybe afterwards we can go through ones that are more, yeah. And I wasn't trying to. So I appreciate it, Mark, because it shows.
When is the second one?
The standard is much higher than I realised. So, oh shit, I can't dive in, but it's about painting, okay, and Golden Demon. We've got more than 5 listeners now. Okay. I like Pokemon a lot. However, the unboxing I just did of 3 boxes of booster packs has slightly skewed my opinion now, which is really good. I think it's a positive thing. More people like Darren's Rule than I realized. That really threw me off. For context, Darren's Rule, if anybody doesn't know, is Darren Latham from Games Workshop, a year or 2 years probably, introduced a rule where you have to sculpt everything yourself on a Golden Demon entry. So you can't even have like Juan Diaz sculpt you a head on a model that was 99% sculpted by somebody else already, which is weird. And you have to scratch build it. So that's the rule. Now, obviously, I'm leaning in there that I think it's a stupid rule because of my tone and everything.
It's a very stupid rule, and I really was taken aback that so many people agreed with it. I couldn't even believe it.
Yeah, right. And then the next bullet point is, but more people dislike it than like it. But still, I was surprised that some people do like it. Not wanking for 4 days is mental. As someone who's doing that a lot, I was really surprised, and it happened without me even thinking about it. I don't think I ever got to a point where I was like, "Fuck, I really need a quick one." Like I thought that would happen more, but I think being ill and then
you were ill, you were out of it.
Yeah, and obviously, yeah, right. Spending intense time with friends in a car, hotel, event is underrated. I actually think that is good. And I haven't had to do that until now. Albert Martin are better painters than I gave them credit for. We don't have to talk about it. GW's media blackout is intense, and I think it's comically defensive. So if you work for GW, you cannot say anything on social media, basically, of any opinion or talk. Or
I think the term comically defensive is good. I like that.
Yeah.
Byron maybe doesn't hate me anymore.
Oh.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not spoken to him. You only get what you give. I wrote that differently, but that's what it means. You only get what you get out. So that's why I paraphrase. You only get what you put in, right? Unless you get fucked from GW. So, and then you still get, you don't get nothing, right? Basically, what we always just spoke about. The GW, there seems to be a shift in GW staff. Now it seems that everybody who I speak to at Games Workshop, who worked there or recently worked there, is generally positive about their time there. In the 90s, late 90s, early 90s, early 2000s, most people I speak that stopped working there fucking hated it. There was a bully there. There was somebody there that made them quit. They did stuff they didn't want to do. So,
you mean, is that head office in general or the entire company in general? Or
it seems like head office. Yeah. People, yeah. And I think that's really good because these people that I like and revered and look up to, and so even though I don't know them, I'm just like, you did work I loved. When you talk to them and get to know them really well, they just fucking hated their time at GW. And you're like, oh shit, you created all these like happy memories and now you're shit. The new pin system gives much information to painters to where they are. I didn't say if that was positive or not. And Youngbloods still lacks entries. Now, this was very Golden Demon centric. That is the end of that segment. It won't be. It will just be things I learned that week. Okay, and I'll just jot down. So yeah,
that's awesome. I like the things you learned. I like that you had bullet points for your takeaways from Golden Demon. It's very concise. I hope you'll do the same for Monte.
Oh shit. Yeah, I guess I could. I mean, in theory, I'll be there, right? And
yeah,
it's going to be a weekly thing.
Theory, be there. Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming 2 or 3 of them will have to do with lasagna, but it's still your impressions. Okay. It's fine.
I do. I'm very much looking forward to that. Right. Do you want to dig deeper into any of those?
I'm a little curious as to you. We are better painters than you give us credit for, or something like that.
Yep.
Did you think they were not?
Do you want to go through all the ones you want to dig into, or do you just want to jump into one of them and then see where we go?
No. Digging is big. I
can elaborate completely on that. Like,
it's fair. I mean, we haven't. I don't think you've seen that much of my work that you would have a. Like, if you thought I was here and and now you think that makes sense, that there's nothing weird about that. But like Albert had a Slayer sword 2 years ago. I feel like you would have been familiar with how good he is. And now you suddenly think that he's better than you thought he was.
I'm glad you asked, Martin. So, I've got a very weird relationship with painting in general, I think. Like, I never meet someone and think, oh, you're good at painting. Like, all the people we meet in the hallways of whatever GW, I know they're winning golds and blah blah blah, but for some reason I think I think of them as human. Like,
that makes sense.
I don't.
I wish everyone did that actually.
Yeah, exactly.
I go in thinking like, prove me that you're a nice person first. Is kind of how I'm like, and then I'll get to know you. And then if you happen to be good at painting, I'll be like, dude, you're fucking good at painting, and he'll be like. Normal people will be like, oh, thanks. But, so that's what happened here. Even though I've known Albert for years, there's the painter and then there's Albert.
I see where you're going. You're going. That sounds really empathetic and sweet, though. That sounds like you were just premiering me as a person to me as a painter.
Yeah. And now I'm like, even if you hadn't won, I was still impressed by the piece, right? So last year's piece just got an itch. So I'm not picking my nose. I just have an itch.
Inside, yeah.
No, it was inside. I guess I could have done that. But like, fucking, even if you hadn't won, I was still like, your piece was nice, right? And Albert's, I know his stuff well, and it's a harder thing to digest because I've seen so many of his pieces, but it's the same for you are now. Like when I actually take, I think that's what it is. When I take a second to remove you guys from you, I'm always like, fuck. Like I'm like that's good, and I'm like, I can't sometimes cognitively clock that you guys are able to do this. If you understand what I mean.
It's actually
what you mean. Yeah.
I have a funny anecdote from Freak Wars that relates to this, and it's exactly the same. there was this girl that came to our stand, and we were talking to her, and she was with her other friend, and we were talking for a bit, and she was like, "Do you know that these two guys are two of the best painters in the world?" And the friend said, "Okay, like
yeah, right.
I don't give a shit. They are just two persons. Who am I talking to?" And actually, it's the same, because she didn't give a shit because she was not a painter.
Yeah.
But if a few years down the line, being a painter, she realized what we know or what we do, then she would have had the same reaction as you, which is like, "Oh, but you really are a good painter," you know?
yeah.
Because they realized it themselves instead of
I've had that happen too. I think I've been to like Games Workshop stores even where I don't think I actually go in and be like, I'm a heavy metal painter, but there might have been a point. Someone might have said it for me, and then literally a staffer in a Warhammer store is like, "Oh, nice." Like it doesn't even. I'm like, fair dues, fair dues. Like you don't give a shit about that side of the hobby, and it's completely reasonable. Like we're not celebrities, any of us. And that girl was to be, it's kind of nice that she was just talking to you.
Exactly.
She was just standing there having a conversation with a person. So I think, Jamie, that it makes a lot of sense that you would separate us, and certainly not have any more like respect or like someone more because they can paint nice things.
Yeah. No, if anything, I like them less. No, I'm joking. But really, it's that's pretty much it. So slowly, as well, to lead on to that, from a personal journey point of view, I've cleaned my desk now. It's fully fucking clear. I even wiped it with my hand to get all the shit off it, and I booted up the airbrush to clean it. After using my hand, and I even had to tell my Warhammer group, look, I'm not going to play 40k anymore. So I'm pretty much I'm don't get me wrong, that might all change when I crumble into a ball of shit and shame when I try and paint. But I'm pretty sure. What was the lesson I learned? You're only as good as you want. You don't.
You're only as good as your last piece. No.
No, don't care what you do.
Arnell's lesson.
Think hard and prosper. It was basically along the lines of you only don't enjoy painting when you try to improve. It was
I don't
more,
think that's true.
It was more concise. Oh shit, look, even this camera breaks. So maybe it's a software thing. Right. I'm sorry for blaming the camera, saying it was shit when it wasn't the camera's fault. But yeah, I wanna in this rehabilitation of painting, right, which I am back in. I'm basically there now. I want to be like, what's the word? I want to be mindful that I don't like fuck it up. I don't know if that's true. If that's you know what I mean?
You want to be mindful of what you. What?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Okay, fine. You're not following. Right, so I'll go back. When I've not painted in 5 years, okay, basically, and in those 5 years, I was very happy to like not paint, if that makes sense. It wasn't like I was,
of course,
yeah, right, but I was always like, shit, it would be lovely to paint this thing. I see a diorama and I go in my head, I would love to paint this diorama, you know, or my own diorama, basically. Oh, okay. Good. So, all right. Fuck. To sum up, I'm getting back into painting now. I can feel it. Have you ever seen an anime, right? When all of a sudden, you can see the character has a mental shift and they suddenly understand something, or their desire, like, and they click in, and annoyingly that's them now, and they've got that, and they're like super desired, and they'll keep their ninja way for the rest of their fucking life. But in real life, you can't keep that same motivation, right? I've got that motivation now, but for me, it's like a year or two. It's not my life, but it's an intense 2 years. I'm basically, so that relates to this, the whole thing of you guys are, I see you now as, or a part of you as painters. I now want to get better at painting, but the whole epiphany we had in episode 2 or 3 was the harder you try, the more you don't enjoy it. Basically, if you start going to courses, you start reading books, it becomes less of a hobby. It becomes more like, I want to get this. So when you stop hitting that, you get demoralized, if that makes sense. You stop seeing improvement. So yeah.
It doesn't have to be the reason, but an extra. So the reason has to be because you want to paint. Sorry. But the learning is an extra layer. I really enjoy more when I learn, but it's not the reason I paint, and never has been. I always painted because I really wanted to, and the opposite happened when I was drawing. I really wanted to draw because I really wanted to learn how to draw, and I hated it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's where I was at.
I want to say something as well. For we've been on about practicing before, and I think to a certain point, you're getting better at painting by painting, whether you want to or not. Trying to get better isn't so much a conscious effort when you're painting.
So it can be, and you can learn a lot faster. But if it's the only thing that you care about, you will exhaust yourself because it's very demanding. It's extremely demanding. When you paint like this, you end up exhausted when you paint.
I mean,
I'm thinking of stuff like painting like an army. So like you have actually painted something, and I know that's some of the stuff you've done is like aggressively speed painting, quickly just get stuff out. And you're probably not learning anything from that. But you can paint pretty much anything, and you've got a brush in your hand, and you work with like maybe you're getting better at like the consistency of the paint, or you're just getting a steadier hand, or you're getting a better eye, or maybe you're doing like a super quick Space Marine army, but you are doing like all the eye lenses properly, or doing some markings on your sergeants, or anything. All of that will actually probably help you a little bit. And if you're conscious of that stuff and maybe focus more on that stuff, then you'll kind of find yourself just getting better.
Well, while we were talking, I typed up, so I didn't forget. And I forgot, but I typed it, so I remembered. Right. I can already feel myself painting to finish, but not painting to paint. Right? So I'm already aware, which is painting to finish tying in with learning. Like, I'm excited for the outcome, which is where I don't want to be. I want to painting for fun. Now, that being the process, sitting down, getting away from everything, learning, having your ideas, making them come out, like all that stuff, right? But I've always painted to finish.
That painting to finish is a powerful tool too, but on the last 30% of the project, because when you are tired, it's like, where do I get the strength from? It's because I really want to have this finished.
Yeah, but starting from the offset is the, so that's what I need to explore, and that's what you guys are here for. And I think the difference is, I mean, literally, we could go through. I can take photos, and we can even do online demonstrations together and talk about what's wrong. We've never gone to that place before, right? We've never gone to.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then that's where I can learn.
It's obviously it's not this place to talk about this, but if you really want feedback, just ask it. I mean, obviously you have.
Yeah. I came up with an idea in my head as well, right? I want to come up with I don't know if I need it. Maybe when I get into it, it'll be fine. But I want to come up with a ranking system. Yeah, maybe it's unhealthy. I was going to say different categories, right? And it would be like words that are like tags almost. And it would be like, I'll finish a piece and then I'll show you, because maybe I didn't show you the process, which is bullshit, because I would show you literally as soon as I even base something, I'll probably show you. But like, it would be like, yeah, this is dog shit. And then I'll know, okay, I need to improve on that. or at different scales, right? So it'd be like, yeah, dog shit, you're getting better, long way to go. And I had all these ideas of, it was a shower thought. I don't, saying it out loud, it's less, but yeah, it wouldn't work that way. I was thinking of like solid feedback and then I could go away and work on it, but it doesn't make sense because you would have been there from the journey. So you wouldn't have that same way of saying something. Because I remember my old problem, it was I felt I wasn't good enough at volumes. I was getting really annoyed at volumes and I couldn't resolve volumes, rather than let me paint 10 models, enjoy the process, and slowly I'll get better at volumes.
Yeah.
Basically.
And I do believe that it's better if you try to get it yourself, even if you have to fail first.
Yeah.
But obviously, if it's going that far that you are losing motivation, you just ask and we solve it for you. So you always have that net, that safety net. But because it's not the point, right? Failing is good. It's not like any of us never did a mistake in volumes. We always did. Of course we did. But you get to the point where you start learning by doing it.
They're intertwined. That's meant to be lots of tendrils intertwined rather than just like they're so intertwined in that if you're painting to finish, I want to sit down with you and I want you to spend an hour going over every single mistake so that I can correct those individual mistakes, right? Whereas if I paint to paint, I could paint 2 or 3 pieces without asking for feedback because I'm less interested in making those pieces perfect. And which is how I'm used to painting. The whole thing of the courses I used to do, which taught me a lot, like they are where I am now, but I think I just had the wrong outset, the wrong thought process around it. I was doing these courses to finish the piece, but what do I gain from finishing a piece? Nothing really.
For me, the best feedback is when you have already finished the piece, because then
and more
I can
changes.
I can go full in with the feedback, and then all these things you will not do it on the next one. It's not that you have to change anything, because all the failures, all the not even mistakes, all the failures, bad things from the figure are yours. It's not like and the good things too. And the next one will be a step up from that.
So I
agree. It will be so much easier for either of us to have anything to say about a finished piece, and maybe even not the same things, and that will probably be super useful for you to listen to, as opposed to, I've done a base coat, what do I do now? I've finished this loincloth, what do I do now? I've done this face, now what do I do? Because that could be, it's a bit dangerous, and the worst way that could work is like you finish something and you're not really even know how you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the positive news, boys, even if this episode is a clusterfuck, is I am back, I think, which is a weird thing. I've never said that. I don't think in the 6 years, I don't think I've ever fully committed openly. And maybe I have. Maybe I'm saying that I think I might have once, but
I fully expect all 3 of us to have some solid entries for Golden Demon next year, like solid stuff.
That would be great.
I might enter Monty.
Yeah, sure.
I don't give a shit about Monty. Arnau's not even there.
Go on, Arnau. What were you going to say?
That I just had a PTSD when Lionel didn't want to hear you say we are back.
Oh yeah, shit. I forgot about that. That was funny. Martin, basically, we like rekindled Mini Matters like 3 times, I think, when he was
3 or 10.
Yeah, and we'd say we're back, boys, and then that was it. We recorded 1 episode. I am very, very glad that we are back. Not painting, just back. The podcast is
I think we can say it now, like for real.
Yeah. 5 more episodes and we would have broken the season longest span. Fuck. I like. I've got a few ideas in my head of stuff I want to do. I want to do I mean, we just go like. Let's just say the podcast's over. This is like Mini Matters extras, right? This is just not as bad as last week, but I'm just going to quickly. It's not real content here. There's no substance, right? It's just bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
we were
be
saying,
warned, be warned, listener.
yeah, exactly. The start of the episode is usually slightly more cognizant. Like there's some kind of content in the start of the episode. You are now at the end of the episode, so beware.
This is the stream of what I want to do. Right, so I'm really excited to do the Avatar because I think it's a really nice standalone piece and there's creative freedom. You don't have to do every brushstroke or every line perfectly, right? It's fucking molten lava. It's also on the flip really hard to do. I did do the Forge World one, and I didn't give a fuck about how it came out, right? So that's like proof that I can paint in a completely relaxed. I'll experiment, and I had a lot of the Avatar that I did. Juan's one was the most fun I can remember having on a piece because I was just fucking around, like, and I'm happy to play with it because it looks like better than not painted. But it was like relatively shit, and I look back and I'm like, ooh, like I could see but I still had fun. So a part of me wants to do the Avatar. I don't want to. I'm like, in a really weird way, Stan's piece taught me how Golden Demon kind of operates. Like I'd never clocked it before, which is a really weird thing to say with Albert's pieces, because Albert's pieces are Albert's pieces are so precise, right? Like his freehand is crisp as fuck, and his eyeballs, and 8 hours on an eyeball. And actually, you look at that eyeball, and I can't believe he was able to physically do it. A fucking iris with color, and it's like 1 millimeter thick. Anyway, so Stern's sort of showed me that's Golden Demon, like sort of personified. Generally, obviously backing up more are now, but extremely crisp. Extremely tight. Like it's taking heavy metal and just maximizing it, right? You know what I mean? Like you look annoyed there, Mark.
Yeah.
You definitely want to say something.
It is for sure that. No, I don't.
No, like the freehand is like, it's so perfect, right? And that was all I wanted to do like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. But now, like, I think if I spent 100 hours on a piece, I think I would be painting to finish, basically. I think that's the best way I can sum it up. It's the same with my heavy metal Elder project. I paint to finish, so it's not fun, right? And I don't know if people who like paint those pristine, perfect, like basically most of Golden Demon, if it's fun, if the whole process is fun, because you have to be so good. It's hyper skill and hyper focus, and you combine them together, and you get this piece, right? Which is just like, you look at it, and everything it's just perfect. Even the conversion work was amazing. And for right now in my journey, and I don't want to do that. I want to explore myself, actually, and then I want to come back and be like, that's where I want to put because what Alfonso taught me, Banshee, where I'd come from this way, where I spent 120 hours on my Golden Demon piece. And I look at those pieces, and I think they're really good, right? They're more proud of those pieces than the pieces that I like are more free and blah, 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 experimental. But I think they'll kill my creativity.
So
I think yeah, no, go ahead, Anna. You first.
So what you're saying with a lot of words is that you really don't want to spend 150 hours doing something?
Yeah, actually, you could sum that up. No, well, what Stern taught me was that's what Golden Demon is.
Are you talking about Stian saying that with words, or his piece taught you?
His piece. Yeah, he didn't say it.
Yeah.
I saw it, and it made me realize to win a Golden Demon, you have to produce something borderline perfect, right?
Well, yeah, maybe, but he didn't exactly.
No, I know, but in my opinion, he should have.
Right.
I think Stian is one of my favorite painters, people, and I think one of the reasons why I like his stuff so much and why I'm so inspired by it is the same as Albert. But Albert is like this like mutated Captain America super psychopath version of it, where every time over the last 8 months that I've been excited about Warhammer of any kind, and it's been a few different things. He's been painting that wizard.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I've had anything to do with this hobby or even other hobbies, it's like he's been painting that wizard.
Yeah.
And so there is really an absurd amount of skill and talent.
It's
and he's really, really very good. It is a little bit, yeah.
So
I think people might not actually realize. I think that the photos that he put up today of the work in progress of how much work he did just carving out shapes out of a hand, the little pearls that go around the hand, like that's long before even putting those pieces together and sculpting around them and then painting. Like just prep work is like days or weeks.
Yeah, it was months. It was like 3 months of prep work on that.
It's patience. I wouldn't say patience more than anything, but that level of patience, I think few people really understand how patient you have to be.
It's patience and a will, an iron will.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know
and it's crazy to think. I think that's the thing with Albert as well. Like you could argue that he did it because he wanted to win and get another Slayer sword, and you could definitely argue that because that's what he said. But I think all of us put that work in, knowing somewhere we know in the back of our minds, like you might not get anything for this, like award wise. You'll get satisfaction and people will say nice things, but in terms of Golden Demon specifically, you might not actually walk away with anything. And we still do it.
Do you remember what you're going to say, Anna?
I already said it, I think.
No, you didn't. Martin said, and you were both going to say it, you didn't.
Right. No, I forgot. I completely forgot.
So exactly. But that basically is why I'm saying, Martin, that I realized two things. I won't win a Golden Demon for a long time. In 2016, I was convinced I could if I just get better. I was like, I definitely can. I know I've got the skills to win one, but those 9 years of people have just got a lot better. And I was never that good in the first place. But I know I've got skill, but it's not the skill. And even if I did have the skill to be able to win, I now don't want to refine that skill to win, to do that, right? I want and I'm grateful that I'm able to now work out, and this Golden Demon taught me, I want to produce pieces that I love. And then I want to enter them as Golden Demon because I love the piece and want to show people, and I want to win something because I don't want to just lose. But I know I won't be winning the big stuff, right? That won't be the motivation for painting, which I think hopefully means I'm not painting to finish. I want to produce cool shit with Elder, basically.
As it should be, yeah.
Yeah, but it's only taken 6 years to clock it. Right.
No Grootbusters, no.
Oh shit! Yeah, right.
No things I hate.
I did. I had it all. I had.
Well, you did. We had one last episode.
Yeah, we had fastest race car on.
No, the Grootbusters.
You had slow as a snail. Oh, Grot! Fucking hell! Yeah, you're right. All right, let's. Fuck. Okay, you ready? Grotbusters. Where were we? Okay.
I think I know all three, so I really want my
Martin?
points.
You ready? Hold on.
Yeah, I'm good.
I mean, we said we'd finish the podcast, but we're back in.
I know. I think. No, I don't.
All right, boys. Thanks. This has been like a therapeutic episode, much more than any like a personal journey, and no one needed really to be there for it. So, F, the first one, have it your way. What do they do with their burgers?
The flamer.
You got to wait for Martin now. Now he's going to say flamer.
No, I was not.
Seriously?
Yeah, I was not. That was our
That is a reference to Burger King, where they flame grill their burgers.
Good.
So that was for the extra point. Right.
Oh, to explain it. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
1-0.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite obvious, I guess.
Sure. 2-0 are now then. Whew. Right, next one. They are flying all over the place, but kept bumping into each other. Right, do you know that one?
Dark Angels?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Fuck you. Yeah, you both said it. Right, and then the last one.
Probably the easiest one you've done ever.
The last one. K, do you know it?
No. I think I do.
The And some of those little hard things in the soup.
Croutons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fruit. Yeah, right. Fine, fuck you. Right, I don't think I've got any this week.
There's the band as well. There's the band.
Oh shit! Did I not give you the results?
No.
Oh my god! I don't know if I wrote
that.
Down.
I have no clue.
Shit! Hold on. Oh my god!
I actually don't know. I actually just know the first one.
Okay. Okay. W. The lad's got bad asthma. Yeah, Weezer.
Yeah.
I saw him play the other night, but the heating was knackered and ruined everything.
And the band's something on C.
C. So think about a band. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, I thought you said you didn't know it.
Sorry.
And then the young man was prepared for his death. W-Y.
What were the initials?
W-Y.
W-Y, yeah. No.
Will Young. He's an English artist. You might not know. Not very famous.
I don't know Will Young. No. Sorry.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, that's cool. Okay. So we don't have a fucking Grot Busters this week, all right? Just letting the people down. Maybe we shouldn't put this episode out. If we've got no Grot Busters, what are the people coming here for? And I was meant to do it while we did the episode, but we were just the camera troubles and blah, blah, blah. Right. Fast as a race car. I did ask you all for one.
We did. Yeah, we got a good faster race card on Sunday after GD. There were some race cars.
Oh yeah, in the episode.
How
long
have we been recording, by the way?
2 hours.
An hours. Yeah.
An hour and a half.
No, I mean how much? Yeah, I would say not because it's, but
and don't drag. We're just dragging on, aren't we? No, I don't think it's long. 120 minutes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because we started it anyway. Right, boys. Thank you. Let's just call it. Yeah.
Time of death.
Brilliant.
Feels that way, right? Yeah. Thanks, you two. And we do have a Discord, so